Welcome to day 5. Happy Tuesday. How's the energy? Type it in the chat. 1 out of 10. How's the energy today? Brother Leo, how are you feeling? Nice to see you, man.
Feeling pretty good. I'm out of my typical environment. I'm in Los Angeles with family,
You
but it's been
forgot the
good.
centerpiece of the thing, brother.
I
I
know
flew
I didn't
mine to
bring it.
Kentucky.
Did you?
I did.
Man, maybe I'll find a Walgreens here or something.
Man, how is your day been? What's a win from your day?
My days I got to see family today, and I've been doing something for 2026, which is deeply preparing multiple weeks before 2026. And today I tried a GPT prompt that Chris sent in. I don't know if you saw that text, Andrew, that Chris sent,
I did.
putting in GPT, basically saying, hey, I want you to be as ruthless as possible. I want you to be uh, my, how do you call it? Basically, tell me what I need to hear from everything I've poured into GPT of things that I'm blindsided by things I'm not paying attention to, and things that are holding me back from being my best version of myself. And I just did it before this, and it tore me up of
What's a
all the
couple of
things.
takeaways from it?
I think that I'm a very vision heavy type of entrepreneur and very systems light type of entrepreneur. And so I can go very heavy in creating something in one day, but and I can create something what might take someone 30 days to create, but I can do it in one day. But then after that, I create no systems after
Mm.
that. And so that's something I'm having to learn for myself is yes, I can create, I can delegate, I can lead well, but how well am I really leading if there's no systems to carry it on past myself?
Very well said. And I think that's a reminder for everyone on here, Leo, is at every level, it's identifying where's the bottleneck keeping me from getting to the next level. And you're one who always grows rapidly. And you do that because you're constantly holding yourself to a higher standard and surrounding yourself by people. You always hold me to a higher standard. Iron sharpens iron. And we were hanging out here for 12 days, every day except Sundays and Christmas through the end of the year with everyone on here. We're doing deals. We have well over a dozen deals already in the works, either verbally negotiated, contracted, in negotiations, and variety of things. And this is only day 5. We're not even halfway through. It's not even Christmas yet. And doing deals on Christmas week. And my prayer is that every one of you are finding inspiration and motivation, but more importantly, a discipline that you may not even know you had. And that's what I think is beautiful about what we're doing here.
We're learning every day. Just like you guys are on here, you're learning. Me and Andrew are always learning every single day. And I think that's one of our favorite parts of doing this is in 12 days, I mean, me and Andrew commit every single day, prepping these calls, pouring into you guys, doing um, extra things that we already do love, but it is extra. And we always learn so much about ourselves. But today, I wanted to start with this idea that happened today on one of our coaching calls. Um, Carrie, if I don't think she would mind me telling kind of the story, is she just got her first deal. Congratulations to Carrie. Get some congrats in the chat going for
Blow
Miss
up the
Carrie.
chats with some congratulations. Heck yeah.
She just got her first deal. And I was talking to her and asking her, what helped you do that? Um, and, first she said, she didn't believe that she could do it. She didn't believe that she could do the business. She felt like she was so new and didn't have the confidence to do it. But she was then able to shift her mindset into saying, you know what, I'm here. I'm here anyways. I might as well just try. And she did. And that deal that you called in Dallas at our last event,
Yeah.
um, you did that first initial call, and Carrie was saying the only reason I got that deal is because I followed up. I had another, it was probably hyperbole, but another 15, 20 calls with that seller until I finally got that deal. And it's a pretty good deal. Carrie talked about the numbers. It's a pretty good deal. We're super excited for. She's now doing a lease option on it. Might walk away with 10, 20, $30,000. Um, and I'm just super excited for her. But the thing I wanted to point out was the only reason she got that deal was follow up. She followed up relentlessly with that seller, and now she's going to get herself a nice check. So, Merry Christmas, Carrie. Congratulations. And that's what we're going to be talking about today is follow up.
Absolutely. Leo, I want to ask you something before we dive in. I will be totally transparent. You've been working on me to do this, and I share this because sometimes I can tend to just run through things. And I wanted to be on here. I had a flight to come back to Kentucky, and I was going to be at the airport doing this. So I bumped the flight back to fly from 10 p.m. last night, lose 3 hours, and get in at 9 this morning. So I got me a wee little nap on the plane. So my brain's working at about 53% speed today. So if you notice me getting jammed up on a call, forgive me. Uh, Something that I want to ask you, Leo, through this holiday season, because you have helped me so much with my personal growth, my self-talk, my mental discipline. I knew how to do deals, but not in a way that I was building a business that allowed me the life I enjoy, and not in a way that allowed me to serve those around me like we now get to with our team, who is incredible, like we do with our Freedom Life family, our extended family, and for those around us, and in our brotherhood every day. We just get to build and grow. What is the wisdom on this Christmas week? 2 days before Christmas. Christmas Eve's tomorrow, which, by the way, will be here live. Tomorrow on Christmas Eve, what is the wisdom that you can give everyone in this holiday season of like, what's that discipline? What's that action? What's the thing besides showing up here? And kudos to you guys for being here. What's that thing that could really move the needle for somebody's 2026 if they just take actions?
I think it's very easy to be overwhelmed by all the things that we need to work on in our lives. And I think that that can cause us to almost self-sabotage. We can go backwards because, oh man, we got taxes, we got family we got to see, and family's not aligned with where I'm at, and I've got negative people around me, and oh, my health, and so many things that can just cause an absolute drag in everyone's life. And the wisdom that I have learned is that throughout all of the negative and all the different things going on in our lives, that is typically where we find the most growth and where we are reminded of who we're becoming.
Hmm.
When you spend a good amount of time around people who want to see you grow and you start those habits, whether it's something small like working out or going for a walk every day, we know that you do that enough times, you start to lean out, you start to feel better about yourself, you start to get in a very healthy state of mind, and your body starts to get healthier, right? Same habits go into the business. When you start making some calls consistently and start making some decisions and start showing up to these type of calls and actually learning and implementing, you develop a skill set in the business that makes you good money, right? Now, when I say that though, I think it's very easy to forget how simple growth can be because of all the bad stuff going on. Because again, when you get rid of all the overwhelm and all the noise for a minute, yeah, I talked to one of our students. We're doing wins and gratitude and updating. and everyone's talking about a win, a win, a win, a win. And then one person, I love her, starts talking about all the bad things that are going on. And I'm just like, hold on, before you go into all the bad stuff, give me a win. Like, what good is happening in your life? And then she starts going all of all the good stuff that's happening. And what we were able to see in that was actually all the challenges that she's going through are wins in the making.
Mm. Oh,
They're
that's
wins,
good. That's a writer downer.
they're wins in progress. But if you start with the negative, it will always stay negative.
Mm.
And so whatever that translates to you guys, focus on the win, focus on the good, and whatever challenges you're going through, those are wins in the making. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a gift. It's self-fulfilling prophecy, Leo. When we start to future pace ourselves for those wins, and what you choose to focus on, you get more of. And if we choose to focus on the deal that fell through, the thing I look at it, deal falls through. Every time that happens, Leo or myself look at each other and go, thank God there's a better one right behind it. And so if you look at it that way, oh my gosh, your whole world shifts. When Kay sends a tinted buyer and they fall through, I go, sweet. That means there's a better one right behind it. Also, when they come through and the checks cash, I'm like, sweet. That was awesome too. But it's perspective. Type it in the chat. Perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. Shout out to those of you who are on YouTube. And then Leo, I want to hear any more notes you want to add. Where'd my YouTube go? I'm on one screen today. Deborah, Rob's studio, what's up? I just left the studio, but it wasn't Rob's studio, it was Mark's studio. What's up, Jim? What's up, Susie? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got more leads to call today.
I want to shout you out, Andrew, because before this, I did not get much sleep and have not had coffee yet. And I was
Whoa,
just
whoa,
thinking
whoa,
before,
whoa.
I know, crazy.
Sleep we can do without, but coffee? Bro.
And I was thinking before this meeting, I was like, I don't have energy right now. So I'm on.
You have some mind, bro. I got you.
Thank you. But I thought about you, Andrew, and you texted me before this. I got no sleep, and then I took a little nap on the plane, took a red eye to Louisville, and there's no way in any world that you would not be on here if you made a commitment to be on here. That's something I know about you 100%. It's why you've been so successful in every endeavor that you've hopped into because of your sheer commitment. And I want to honor you for that because you're an inspiration for myself
You sure
because I
won my
ride
smarts.
it. Because even,
Thank you.
I think we can borrow that. We can borrow that idea and borrow that sheer commitment you have. And it's something I've practiced for so long because I'm like, hey, Andrew would show up. I sure don't want to, but Andrew would show up and he'd figure it out and he'd learn something from it. And so I just wanted to shout that out. And also so everyone knows that, hey, Andrew didn't get much sleep, but he's still going to be here rocking and making live calls. And so can you.
Love you too, brother. Awesome. Everybody give Leo a great big shout out in the chat. Brother Leo, glad you're here, man. And go get you some coffee, would you?
I am. That's the first thing I'm gonna
Amazing. I want to hear you guys' takeaways. I want to do this to get our mind off on the right foot. Give me a takeaway from the last 4 days. What was a takeaway? What was a aha moment? What was something that was like, maybe it was just, I got to be freaking consistent. Maybe it was, there is more free leads than I can get to. Maybe it's, I just need to get some boots on the ground in the city where I'm trying to get deals. Maybe it's just, I need to get the right help to hold my hand, to plug in with somebody else and be surrounded with Kate and Judy and Chris and other winners who are on here who are doing deals. Let's hear some takeaways. I'm going to read them out and then we're going to dive in. Bama Tam, message retracted. Leo is terrific. I agree. Leo is terrific. Jim says, go Leo. Susie says, perspective is everything. Heck yeah. Deborah says a takeaway is ask the three questions. All right, let's keep these takeaways coming. We got a lot to get to today. There's a lot of opportunity this time of year. Yes, there is, Darylyn. Lynette says, mine says the foundation. That's the truth. Lauren, numbers have to work. Help from an expert is key to begin with. True. To end. Future wins are in the current losses. Oh, that's good. That was a good takeaway. Um, I'll point out with you guys the reason that we wanted to do this over the Christmas season. I kept hearing people say, and not you guys, because you guys know better. You've been hanging around me, but I kept hearing people around saying things about the holiday seasons are slow. Well, in January, I'll get back to it. And I'm going, oh my gosh, like I'm literally buying every year at this time of season. We get probably some of the best deals that we ever get. They come in December, almost always, it seems, whether it's big development, whether it's six-figure equity deals, whether it's 60 or $80,000 profit deals. Uh, Magical things happen when you're there to serve when others are slowing down. Um, Limiting beliefs are killers. Type it in the chat. Remove limiting beliefs. Remove limiting beliefs. The only thing I accomplished over these 12 days together is to remove some of your limiting beliefs about I can't do this, or I don't know how to get it done, or any of that crap that we used to tell ourselves. I'm telling you, it will be worth $100,000 if all it did was remove your limiting beliefs. Because how much will you do if you just don't limit yourself anymore? You're capable of so much more than you think you are in so much less time than you think you can get it done. So remove limiting beliefs. I want to shout out you guys just for being here every day. Today we're talking about follow-up. We're talking about how to get the deal contracted. We're going to be going through live seller calls. I have only thing scheduled after this is a 1 hour nap. So if I need to push it back by 15 minutes, I will. Um, so we're going to be hanging out here, and I'm going to be going through some live dials with you. I'm going to be playing you a recording of a deal that I closed on Saturday night, negotiated on Saturday night for Alicia. It's a deal in progress. We structured deals on yesterday's call with Joe and Judith, and that offer is going out today. We submitted an offer, submitting an offer today in our business on a strip center in Evansville, Indiana. There is, I believe, there is 19 deals right now in the works from the last 4 days. 19 in the works. Did I say 19 contracted? I did not. Does that mean 19 checks? Not yet. But 19 deals in the works, either under negotiations, verbally agreed, or contracts are starting to get signed. You guys seeing how quickly this can happen if you just commit time to it? Yes. Um, so thank you so much for the 5-star reviews you gave yesterday. We're going to be sending I believe 56 of you. I lost track. 56 of you, I think, submitted credible reviews, and we're going to be mailing you free gifts. So be expecting those with the Christmas rush. It will be after Christmas, of course, but you will be getting those here in the next couple of weeks. So be watching, and you can post them out and tag me when you get to. The email, Roseanne, is grow@truca.com. Send a screenshot of the review along with your mailing address. grow@truka.com. All right. So what happens? You're on the phone with the seller. You're negotiating a deal. You are verbally agreeing to the deal. And now what? They said yes. Crap. We got to get a contract signed. So I am going to do three things. The next moments, I'm getting ready to share with you and play you a call and talk about it. Break it down step by step of what was happening in this call. I want to do this call because these are common calls when you're in this case, it's an inherited property. These are common calls when you're dealing with properties that are motivated sellers. They need to sell. They need to get rid of the freaking property. I have conversations with sellers like this very often. But if you're newer to the business, sometimes it's hard to believe that you can get a good deal and serve the person and put all the pieces together at once, as Carrie just found out that we can do. It's just the math. She brought a lead to the event. I called it. She took it and followed up with it, which, by the way, you got to follow up. No follow up, no deal. And so we're going to talk today about that follow up, what that looks like. And I'm just going to start that off by showing you the example of this deal that we verbally negotiated that right now is in that follow up phase. All right. So we're going to start off by do, 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 do. Sharing, share sound. All right. You guys see my screen okay? Yes? Give me a yes in the chat if you guys are seeing it. All right. And give me another yes if you're hearing it. You guys hearing it? Let's see. Yes, yes. All right. Good for you because I'm not, so I'm reading. All right. Brother to upgrade. I'm gonna do what I always do with videos. I'm going to be sharing with you several takeaways from this call.
We can't hear it, Andrew.
Oh, you can't hear it. Oh, shoot. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, we're going to try to. About house door looking. All right, I think we got it fixed. Share sound. Share. Nope. If we don't get it fixed, I have another solution. But can you guys hear me okay? Testing 1, 2. Test, test, test. How about now? I'm low volume. Well, shoot. All right. I'm coming back. We're going to try it one more way. Testing 1, 2. Am I louder now? All right. I'm louder now, so we're making progress. We're going to give this a try one more time. I am not in my studio today, so we are going to go over here. Do 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 do. Nope, not working. All right. So too many programs running at once. So I'll tell you what happened. I'm going to break down the deal for you. Perhaps we can watch it when we get back to the studio, or better yet, actually, you know what? I have one last solution. I just realized this. Gail, are you on here? Is Gail on here with us? Or Anya?
I'm here.
Hello there. Please share your screen when you're ready and play that video I just sent you.
Give me a sec.
All right, cool. Take your time. So This is a deal that Alicia found. Alicia has been contracting deals. She's been on a roll, and this is a deal that she found. And in finding this deal, it's inherited property, which, by the way, inherited property is one of my favorite types of deals to buy. Why? Because we get to help sellers who are just got an unwanted property many times. Like in this case, it's 27,000, actually 31,000. Alicia has updated me, $31,000 behind in back taxes. So when we go to buy a house like this, many times it's in a scenario where without us, they might get little to nothing. And with us, they will get, in this case, she'll get over $200,000. Who here realizes that's a big win for her? Yes, yes, or yes. And so it's a house that I believe is probably worth around that $450,000 mark if it was in top shape, except it's not worth that as is. It needs updates in order to be worth that. And it's a perfectly livable house. So we negotiate the deal. Very common. It happens all the time. We negotiate the deal, just like for Carrie at the live event, just like many others of you have experienced, just like Kay does with buyers. We're on the phone last night with a buyer. Why? Because the buyer has already put a deposit down on the property. We've already agreed on numbers. And then he gets shaky late at night and texts Kay a bunch of questions and basically says, I want to renegotiate numbers. And I called him and we had a nice chat. And he's coming in to sign on the 30th. Why? Because we type it in the chat, ask the right questions. We ask the right questions. So we got more cash to give away. Keep the chats a hopping. So here's what's going to happen. We're on the phone with the seller. We negotiate the deal, and we agree to buy it from her. I say, what's the least you would take? She says, I think she named something like 290. And I come around and we went back and forth and she was showing flexibility. And I finally come back and said, well, would you be willing, after she kept not naming any number other than 290, would you be willing to do 250? She said, yes, I would. So I said, what kind of terms would you be looking for? Because she said, I've done investing before. I've sold houses on payments before. Okay, cool. So, well, what kind of terms would you be looking for? And so we went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She says, I believe it'd rent for at least 1,500. And I said, well, I think you're right, and probably more than that. I said, so I'm going to be responsible for maintenance and for repairs and for taxes and for insurance. What's the least you would take every month? We went back and forth, and guess what the verbal agreement, not signed yet, so it's not done. And guess what the verbal agreement for the monthly payment was to go to her? Type in the chat. Type your guess in the chat. I'm going to read some of the guesses. $450,000 house. We're buying it for 250, and it's $31,000 behind on taxes. Guess what she agreed per month? All right. We got 500, 500, 450, 1200, 700, 1000, 1900, 1600. Good, good, good. These are good guesses. $1,000. Good. So we agreed to $800. And she wanted an interest rate. Ah, crap. We don't normally do interest. We do principals only. And so I asked her, let me ask you this. Would you be willing to do principal only payments for the first while? She says, yeah, I would do principal only for 2 years. And I said, well, what kind of interest rate would you be looking for after that? She goes, well, I sold one recently for 5%. I said, so you would do 4? She says, yes, that works for me. I said, okay. Also, I need 3 months to start paying you because the house is going to need work and cleaned up. She goes, no, you're right about that. That's okay. I said, okay. Um, I said, well, normally we buy nothing down. You're telling me it's behind on taxes, so we got to bring that current. And we went back and forth a little bit, and she finally said, can you give me, I said, what's the least you'll take above the taxes? Because she said, if I'm going to sell it on payments, I do need some money up front. So we went back and forth until she agreed on a total down payment of $42,000. 31 on taxes, 11 in her pocket. Now, who here, if you are buying a house worth 450 for 250, could come up with $42,000 to put as a down payment on the house? Give me a yes in the chat. Could be your cash, could be partner cash, could be business credit line cash. Shoot, maybe you'll find a partner. It could be partner cash. All of you can. Yes. Because many of you have it. And for those of you who don't, you're one Zoom connect away from the people who do. It's not about what it costs me. It's about what can it. Type it in the chat. Finish my sentence for me. If y'all was here in person, you'd finish it for me, but little delay. What can it make me? Yes. Shout out Devin. Way to go, brother. Good to see you. Not about what it costs me. It's about what it can make us. So for all of you, we come to this verbal agreement. Now, what's the next steps? We got to put it in writing. We got to fill out a purchase agreement. So that's where the follow-up comes in. You realize when we go to put it in writing, there is all sorts of things that can happen. You realize that attorneys can give pushback. They can have realtor friends, even when realtors ain't involved, to give pushback. They can have brother-in-laws that give pushback. They can have all sorts of different things that go wrong between verbal agreement and okaying the agreement, the contract. So what's our job? Type it in the chat. Follow up well. Follow up well. What's going to happen between now and then? Who knows? They might get another offer. Who knows? They might have somebody else tell them they shouldn't do it. All sorts of things can happen. It's your job to be the leader. Why? You're there to serve them. You're there to help this lady get to her desired conclusion. What's her desired conclusion? To get $11,000 in the bank in January, to get the taxes caught up and get this headache off of her plate, and to get another $200,000 and change at an agreed time in the future. So now she come back with some updated numbers. Well, what's the first tempting thing to do if you're new? If you're new, it's tempting to immediately start texting back numbers. Kay just sent me pictures of this tenant buyer. Buyer and seller, same thing. Understand, this is how we learn how to lead the conversation. The gentleman already put a deposit down, is trying to negotiate numbers over the text. I don't do negotiate numbers over text, with rare exception. For example, we just bought a house on the MLS. It's worth about 130. We bought it on quick claim deed. I won't have time to go to that in this session. Some of you guys heard me talk about it. We gave $5,000. In that case, I texted her. It's a realtor friend of mine. We already had a conversation, and she says 3. I said 3, and she said 5, and I said 4, and she stuck at 5, and I said, crap, we'll do 5. All that happened in text. Why? Because she's a realtor friend of mine. We're cool. But sellers and buyers never get this back and forth keyboard warrior bullcrap going. You'll lose every freaking time. So have a conversation. Why? Because we can actually ask questions and solve problems. Because if I immediately text back and this lady texts as she has Alicia, is my understanding, and says, hey, can you do $900 a month instead of $800? Well, what's the first tempting thing to do? Oh, I'm getting good equity. Of course, yes, we can make that work. That's the tempting thing to do, especially if you're new. But what is actually going on? We have no clue. What actually might be going on is somebody told her, you should get more money. Well, what's the first thing I'm going to say if she says to me, hey, my realtor said I should get more money? I would say, cool. And how much did she offer you? Well, she's not buying it. Okay. So your realtor friend, God bless them. I'm sure they're just trying to help you out and help me understand what are you trying to accomplish with this property, right? Type it in the chat. Get back to the point. Get back to the point every time. Just like with the gentleman. Okay, calls me. We called the tenant buyer back. Was that last night or the night before? I don't know. Whatever day it was. We call the tenant buyer back. And all the stuff they're texting about, I said, look, man, I said, I'm willing to work with you. I'm already willing to give you a shot at this beautiful 3-bed, 2-bath home. It's got a beautiful in-ground pool. It's got an attached garage. And frankly, if it's not something you're feeling like you should afford, we probably should discuss just finding you another home that you can. No, this one's perfect. This is exactly what we want. I said, cool. So we're good with the agreement that we made then. Yeah, 100%, 100% good. Okay, cool. Why? Because we asked the right questions. I didn't come in combative. I just asked questions. In fact, I want to ask you something, Kate. You and I had that call together. Unmute real quick and just share your takeaway from that call last night that we had with that gentleman who's buying that lease optioning that house from us.
The main takeaway for me was just the asking questions to understand where he's actually at, like what his main concerns are, because he texted quite a bit. So between that versus actually talking with him and like hearing his tone, hearing his energy, hearing what his concerns actually were, it was completely different from what his text kind of came off as. And then it ultimately ended up still being where it was initially with him. So
Absolutely. And that's the powerful thing because many times the questions come from fear, right? Many times it comes from internal doubt. You know, what he was actually wondering was not, will you take less money? What he was actually wondering was is there something wrong with the fireplace or is there something wrong with this house that I didn't know about? I said, brother, if you're worried about that, get an inspection. I have no problem with that. I want you to know the home's a good home. And it's not perfect, or we would be asking you for twice as much down as you're giving us. Does that make sense? Type it in the chat. Set the frame. All right, I'm gonna have Gail to play this call for you. If we have it working now, I believe we do. Set the frame. I'm gonna have her play this call for you. We're gonna do takeaways, and then we are gonna do contracts and live dials. All right, we got a lot to get to. Let's see if this is working.
Me about the house you're looking to sell. She filled me up to speed. I had a couple questions. Is there any work that we need to do on the property in order to get it to move in ready?
No, it's livable. I'm just, you might want to upgrade stuff. I haven't upgraded. My brother didn't upgrade. And the reason I didn't want to list it with the realtors for that reason, because, say, well, this needs upgrading, like countertops, like granite or something. It's just that even if you choose items like that to upgrade it to, everybody that goes through a house has a different taste.
Yeah.
I mean, colors, materials. Some people want old cabinets. Some people don't care. Other people want sliding cabinets for their possibility. It's just, I didn't want to go there. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
And you're spending a bunch of money on it, and then you're paying realtor fees and all the work.
Yeah. Well, people come in and go in. There's a lot
Find
of,
the hot button.
And it's okay if my time were, let's say, not limited. But, I don't live in the city.
Yeah.
So I'm coming and going. I do come and go to Houston quite frequently. I have things over there that I need to get done. But basically, the house is just too much for me because it's over 3,000 square feet.
Yeah. Okay.
You see, I'm a single person, and that's, I don't have dependents that, I can say, wow, everybody's going to have their own bedroom, bath, and blah, blah, blah. No, I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just too many rooms, too much space. It's a beautiful traditional house. Beautiful.
Is the
I don't know
pictures?
if you've looked at the photos.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, is the pictures on Redfin up to date?
Everything. Yeah, they're just pretty much the way it is.
Okay. Just
It's not old. I mean, those
Yeah.
pictures are just recent from the summer. I mean, it hasn't changed.
Okay. So if we could work out, how long do we have? Alicia was telling me that there's some back taxes owed.
Yes.
How long do you have till that takes?
No, you know how it goes with any county. It's adding up. Compounded interest. You know how they go.
How much is
So-
that total tax bill?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah. You
It-
could bring it up from the county. It can easily be brought up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look it up. Do you think it's like 5 or 10,000 or like 30 or 40,000?
It's about 27 or 20 something.
Okay.
Something in that range. But it's because my brother was
She
very
said she didn't
sick.
know what the tax
He
bill
never-
was.
Yeah, he was
So
very sick.
type it in the
He
chat.
just-
Name ridiculous numbers.
things, like important things.
It's a way
Yeah.
to find out
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
never told me anything. You know what I
Many
mean?
times I
Yeah.
don't know.
There's
means
no
I
debt
don't
on the
wanna
property,
say.
though, right? Outside of that, there's no mortgages?
No, there's nothing. No, there's no mortgage here.
Okay.
And he gave me the house in a trust. I'm getting the deed. We already filed it, and so it's getting in there, and so
Okay.
the paperwork should be. You can get it out of the courthouse anyway. I mean, the county clerk or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. And then Alicia was telling me you're hoping to get somewhere in the 290s out of it. Is that correct?
Yes. It's worth 400 and something.
And then what do you if we
I had
bought it?
asked her for y'all to look at the numbers and see what you could do.
Yes. Yeah, we're in the same ballpark for sure. What kind of monthly payment would you
In the
be
same range.
looking for until we, turn around and get it resold, at which point we, turn a profit and pay you off? Like what kind of monthly payment would you be looking to get? If
I
we
don't know what, it depends on how much you pay down and what we come to terms with the interest rate.
let's see, so we have 27 and 10.
Yeah, but I wanted more
Um,
than just the taxes because I need some money for other things that I have to get done.
Okay. What's
And I had asked her for you all to look at your situation because you're the ones putting out the money.
yeah.
To see how much you can actually put down besides the tax money. And then you can decide, I can give you this leverage, is that you can decide how much money would be comfortable for you all to pay. We can increase it later, but what do you want to start at?
Right. I'm looking at the numbers. Alicia and I was brainstorming on this. Um,
Yeah, if you need some time, don't worry about it. We've got Christmas coming up and all that BS.
How much is comfortable for you to pay? Notice we just keep re-asking questions.
yeah. Okay. If we were to come in at
Long, uncomfortable pause. This is playing at 1.5 speed, so that pause was way longer than it sounded.
we put 40 down, and then we done. If we done 40 down at a 250 price and worked out a monthly payment, would that make it work for you?
Probably, yes. Could you do 42? I hate to be picky, but 42,000.
As
And
long
then,
as we can
you
agree on the
can-
monthly.
Yeah, we can agree on the monthly. I mean, I'm reasonable with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna have a balloon note.
Yeah. 8 years, right?
Yeah, that's what you all wanted, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you can't sell this property until you definitely have the money to pay it off. You understand what I'm saying? Let's say you're
Absolutely,
selling a house for 500,000. Okay. Let's
You-
say you're going to sell it for well, I need to be paid off before you can. You know what I'm saying? Move it on.
Yeah. So we'll close our real estate attorney. So you'll have a first lien position. So you would have to be paid off for us to provide a quick title. 100%.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So 42 down, 250 price, and then the monthly probably would do
What's comfortable for you guys? What's an interest rate that's comfortable for you?
more.
Because we're doing 8 years with the option that you can always close before that time.
Correct. What would you be open to principal only? No interest?
I could do that for like. I think would be fair 24 months,
Months.
which is 2 years.
And after that, interest. Okay.
And then we have to agree on an interest before we do that. So that way, when the note is written up, we say 24 months of principal only. And then you say right after the 24 months, we start with the interest rate that we both agreed on.
I like that.
Okay.
And then
I'm being as much as reasonable because I know you really want the house, and I'd rather have somebody that really wants the house than somebody's just gonna, I know you're gonna sell it, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
And you're probably gonna make a great profit on it, which I'm also happy about that. I'm not greedy. So, just figure how much of a monthly payment, is how much. I've already owned. I have an owner 5 with a house that I sold in San Antonio. Okay?
I was gonna say, it looks like you've done this before. I like it. It makes it so much easier when you the process.
Yeah,
So
I know
I love
the
that.
ins and out of real estate. I've been doing this for years, but I've recently, the guy's been there for 2.5 years, so going on 3.
Compliment
But I was
often.
reasonable with him. On that house, I did have a mortgage. I have a 2.6, and I gave him. I said, "Do you agree with 5?" He said, "Yeah, because I'm going to pay it off before." And I said, "Oh, okay, that's fine." I said, "I just want you to have payments that you're going to be comfortable with. I don't want you stretching it and saying, 'Oh my God, I can't do it.'" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't get on the edge. I'd rather have you be more comfortable than uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be dreading every month and thinking, "Oh crap, what am I going to do now?"
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
100%.
She's selling me on making her a smaller
You
payment.
think about the payment and what's going to be comfortable. I'm in agreement with 24 months of principal only. That'll give you an opportunity to be able to pay this thing faster.
Absolutely. I think if we could have the payments, because I want to get the house ready ASAP.
Right,
So
I know you're going to do what you need to do. Yes.
if we could have the payments be something like 800 a month, starting in the 3rd month, that'd give us
Okay, let's
after
say
we give you 40.
let's say we close in January. Okay.
Yep.
Because everybody's just gone. I mean, Christmas. So, I want my lawyer to look over paperwork too.
100%. And then we close
Okay,
in
so-
January. You get your 42. Well,
Yeah.
minus taxes. So your 42 minus
Yeah, the
taxes,
taxes
which
are going
is
to be pulled out first. Yeah. What we'll do is the month of January, we'll find out what the actual bill is.
Yep.
I'll find out what the actual to the penny is.
and then 800 starting January, February, March, April 1st. We'll start paying you 800 a month.
Right.
Reiterate
go
the
to-
numbers.
2 years. We go 2 years. So in 2020, 8,
It's going to be 24 months
Yeah.
of principal.
24 months. And then in month 25, we go to 4% interest rate.
That's fine.
And then we'll write that
See,
up.
when I sell a house, I let people make choices.
Yeah.
I give them leeway to make choices. I mean, that's reasonable. I'm not greedy. And I don't know what the interest rate is. At
I'm
this
looking up
time,
the house.
6 or 7. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not looking to price gouge anybody out, you know?
Yeah.
So we'll do 4%.
Fair
Period.
enough. And then
I should have said
our,
3.
let's see, 800 starting only 24 and 42. Okay, 250. So I can write this up on purchase agreement and probably send it over to you on Monday for your okay. We just put like 30 or 45 days to close, whatever you think it's going to take. You know, make sure we get the tax bill
That'd be
updated.
probably after the 1st of
all that.
January or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I want her to review our layout.
What's
Okay.
your, what's
I
your
want her to see-
email?
Okay, everything is lowercase lettering, no capital letters.
Okay.
It's Maya, Maya.
Go ahead and
Say
stop
that letter again,
the
I guess I just-
recording
yeah.
now. Gail.
It's Maya, Maya.
Okay.
8898.
Go ahead and stop the recording now, Gail.
gmail.com. It's pretty corny and pretty simple.
I like it. All right. M-A-Y.
Perfect. So, what I want to point out for all of you guys is right there, I was just asking questions. She was making me offers, and I was responding to questions with questions. And then we was coming to numbers. I want to hear from you real quick in the chats. Questions or takeaways. We're getting ready to do live dials and show you how to fill out this contract. And time is flying by, but I want to make sure if you have questions from what you just saw that I answer them, because I want to point out a couple things I think are important, but I also want to make sure that I am speaking to the pieces that you might be missing there. What happened was she has a house. She said it was 27,000 behind on back taxes. We've since found out it's 31. 27,000 behind on the back taxes. What immediately tells you if it's inherited property, it's 27,000 behind on back taxes. I believe it's our moral and ethical obligation to make an offer that's reasonable. And here's why. Because without us, it's likely she gets 0 or maybe some tax overage that she may or may not know how to go down and find. And with us, she's going to get some money now. She's going to get some money over time. She's going to get a big, beautiful 6-figure payday later. It's a win for Alicia. It's a win for the seller. Everybody wins. So understand that we answer questions with questions. In her case, she don't know me yet. And so she was giving me some knowledge that she thought would be helpful to educate me on. And I just responded pleasantly and nicely, but I also matched her energy. So it wasn't an imbalance of the discussion. You notice I responded. It sounds like you've done this before. That's awesome. Which is my way of nicely saying, got it. You don't have to describe to me how it works. I was being nice, but I was also letting her know. Does that make sense? I'm going to read these comments. Reasonable offer. Yes, Steve says sounded like she said you can't sell it until you pay her off. Does that mean you can only lease? So what she was referring to was that was part of what I was talking about, educating me, like as if I was a homeowner or first time flipper, was like, hey, you can't resell it till you pay off my mortgage. Well, that depends if there's a due on sale clause or not in there. And of course, what she, I believe, was meaning, and what will be absolutely reflected in every agreement all the time, is of course we can't give away a clear title to a property when there's money owed on it ever. And so, but it's Texas. We're going to buy it on owner finance and sell it on owner financing. But yes, she will absolutely have rights to be able to, foreclose on the property until she's paid off, should there ever come a time she didn't get paid. Answer questions with questions. You often respond to her numbers with a lower number, and she agreed. Yes. By the way, very good point. Very important note. When it comes to buying these houses and we're talking to the sellers, it's very common that the seller, when it comes to time, they will say, let's say it's a cash deal. I do this all the time. And they'll say 110,000. And I'll pause. About half the time, that pause will just go silent for a while. About half the time, they'll come back, say, or 105, right? So I pause. If they don't come back and say anything after a long pause, say, so you're telling me if I send you a purchase agreement for 105 now, you're ready to move forward? And they usually chuckle. And almost always, like 7 times out of 10, they will say, sure. And we have a deal. I just asked that last question. Um, and so with her, I didn't ask the last question. I'm sure we could have got lower than 250, but based on everything she's telling us being true, which is to be determined once somebody goes and walks through the house, based on everything she's telling us being true, I think that 250 is a fair win-win. It needs work. It leaves plenty of profit. It also gets her what she needs. I just think it's a win-win. And so I didn't go for that last, so you're telling me 245? I just didn't feel the need to there based on all the information I had. Heather asked, so she keeps the deed? No, we would be getting the deed and she will be holding a first mortgage on the property. Good questions. You make it look easy. It is on the 4,000th call. All right, so we are going to point out next steps. I want you to write down these notes because I'm going to move quick and then I'm going to get to these calls. So the first note I want you to write down is follow up daily or as scheduled. Follow up daily or as scheduled. What do I mean? If you have a deal like this in the works, follow up every day or as scheduled. You notice that was Saturday night. I said, we'll connect with you on Monday. Every time possible, write it down, schedule a follow-up. I would rather you tell them you'll have the purchase agreement in your email tomorrow morning and they have it tonight than tell them they'll have it tonight and not have it to them until tomorrow night. Should there ever be a time and you tell them you'll have it in your inbox tonight and you're driving, you're getting home late, you realize you're not going to be able to get it to them at the agreed time, send a message. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that agreement, I did not make it back to the office in time. I apologize. I will get that over to you tomorrow night. Is that okay with you? What am I doing? I am communicating. Keep your commitments. So follow up every day or as scheduled, whichever that is. When it comes to follow up, number 2, get the purchase agreement out ASAP. When you've agreed to numbers, get the purchase agreement over ASAP. Number 3, write it down, give specific instruction. So I'm going to give you guys an example. You guys getting some good fire out of this? Just give me some fire emojis in the chat if you guys are feeling this. All right? Make sure everybody's awake on this pre-Christmas episode. All right. I thought I felt you getting tired, but it was just me. I'm sorry. I'm awake. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. So here's what's going to happen. When we get a seller and they agree to something, I see the fire emojis coming in. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give away $100. That'll get the energy up. All right, who's feeling like a lucky winner? What's up, Caleb? I see the fire emojis on the YouTube. All my YouTubers, I'm watching the YouTube comments. Get them fire emojis coming. All right, for all of my Zoomers, let's see who's got the fire emojis. Who's feeling like a winner? Winner, winner, winner. We got to give away $100. I'm feeling it. We'll get the energy up. Carrie, Elaine, Joanne, Terry, Tim, Lauren, EJ, Tammy, Tuen. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Helps with the algorithm too. All right. We got the chats hopping. Way to go. All right. So first off, first winner is Susie Case. Susie, put a comment in the chat. Congratulations, Susie. We're going to pick a second winner. Susie. All right, Susie, you're going to email grow@truca.com. Susie, you're going to email grow@truca.com to claim your $100 cold hard electronic cash. And then we're going to give away another 100 here. Boom, 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 boom. All right, on pre-Christmas day. Let's see how the energy is. Next winner is Lauren Williams. Lauren. Give a shout out to Lauren. Big winner. All right, Lauren, you are showing, I see you on my screen. I don't know how you do it, but you manage to almost every day make it to the center of my screen up on the top chat. Because I only see on Zoom at once, I can only see like 6 or 7 of you. And for some reason, Lauren, like almost every day, you're right in the center. I don't know how you do it. Um, but she may have the magic Zoom code. So congratulations, Susie and Lauren. Both of you email grow@truca.com and claim your free $100 cold hard cash. Merry Christmas, guys, ladies. So something else that I'm going to point out for you guys is that we follow up consistently. We get the contract signed ASAP. I said give specific instruction. All right. I'm going to screen share something with you and show you this before we dial because it's very important and I want to take the scary out of it. By the way, in the chat, if you have filled out a purchase agreement before for a deal, for a real estate deal, just put a 1 in the chat. If you've done it before, put a 1. If you have not yet done it, put a 2 in the chat. If you've not yet done it, put a 2 in the chat. All right, I got both chats up here. All right, we got lots of 1s, a few 2s. All right, so I'm going to breeze through this. And I actually have a training on how to fill this out as well. And by the way, Anya or Gail, please note down for me to create a updated contract video just to share in Circle. If you could note down for me to do that. So I'm going to breeze through this in under 2 minutes so we can get to live dials. So in this standard purchase agreement that all of you who are in any level of coaching or toolkits, you have this agreement. And it's just a simple 2-page agreement. It says buyer and it says seller and it says the address of the property. Now I'm going to point this out. I'm going to go from the bottom up because down here is the buyer and seller signatures. There's some important things to write in number 18. The number 16, making sure you put in single family and RES, single family SF and RES is residential. Not an attorney, don't claim to be. When you have this contract, run it by your local state's attorney. I use these in Indiana and Kentucky. I've used them in Florida. I've used them in many states. Students have used them in many more states, but always run it by an attorney. Put your days to close in number 10. And then up here, I just want to point this out real briefly, is number 1 and 2 and 3 right here. 1 through 4. Most of the time it's 1 through 3 because most of the time you are the buyer and you're going to pay closing costs. This is the structure of the deal. This is what makes it a wraparound mortgage versus an owner finance deal versus a subject to deal versus all the other deal structures is this area right here. All right. So this is the purchase agreement. This is the life flow of your business, and getting familiar with 1 through 3 is going to be the game changer. All right, we're going to get to the favorite and most exciting part that you guys have voted by far being your most favorite, and that is live seller calls. And we turn the corner here after Christmas. And after Christmas, we go heavier on dialing. We go heavier on dialing. So you know what that means? I'm going to need more leads turned in from you guys, so I'll have more leads to dial. We've been having about 2 conversations a day, and we're going to want to up that to more conversations every day. So for all of you who are in coaching community and qualified to submit deals, submit some more deals for me to call. First lead is Kay's lead. We are calling Serena on West Vine. And Gail, help me out. Keep me up to speed on who I'm supposed to be following up with. I think we got quite a few follow-ups scheduled the end of this week as well as we're building this snowball of momentum. All right. This is in Indiana. Since I don't have my studio mic today, I need you all to let me know. Can you hear this okay? Just give me a yes if you can hear this ringing okay.
Hello.
Hey, it's Andrew calling you back on the house you're looking to sell on West Vine.
Yes,
Is this Irina?
yes,
Good, good. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. I think you talked to my partner, and I just had a couple more quick questions on the property. From my understanding, you were looking for
Which
one Kay Ireland. I think
part?
that's who you spoke
Talked to you
to.
last night.
Okay, perfect. So we were interested in it. You're asking 124, right?
No,
No. Okay.
it's sell for if it's fixed up.
Got it. You're asking 69.
Right.
Okay. Okay, perfect. And what's got you looking to sell it?
I went out of here.
Okay. You live there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long you live there?
Couple years.
Okay, cool. Um, how much do you think we would have to put into work to make it up to tippy top shape?
Well, it is what I call, has the old wiring, which
Yeah.
is like a 2-wire, or I call it farmer's wire.
Yeah.
It seems like all the houses around here have that unless it's a new house.
Right.
And I had one of the rooms done. I had the circuit breaker updated. And one of the rooms rewired, but the rest still needs done. And I actually know somebody who does that kind of stuff, and they use price for $1,500
Oh, wow. That's a very low cost for wiring.
a number.
Wow. A licensed electrician?
You have the wire, okay?
Yeah.
That's not him supplying the wire. But the wire you get at Home Depot, it's like, if I bought the wire for the room, and for 2 rolls, it was like 100 for one, and it was 120 for another roll, which is still cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And do you still have a debt on the house, or you paid cash, or what's the story there?
I own it.
You own it free.
That's
Okay.
what's on it.
Okay. Perfect. Let me ask you, so we buy them two ways. Sometimes we do pay cash and fix and flip them. Most of the time I buy it on owner financing where we agree on a price and then pay you every month until we pay you off in full. And we're responsible for the maintenance, repairs, and taxes and insurance in the meantime while we renovate it. Would you be able to give us some time to pay you off in full if we agreed on price and terms?
It would depend, because I already got an offer for that kind of financing. I'd rather have cash outright,
Mhm.
but yeah, so it would depend on what that offer was.
Okay. Well, if we agreed on all the terms, what's the least you would take on price? Knowing like I'm not a realtor, so no commissions, fees, none of that stuff, and I'd pay all the closing.
That's what she was gonna do too. So they got the money now. They want to pay 10,000 cash, $800 a month for 1 year, and then pay the rest off after 1 year.
Well, I'll do 11,000 now and 800 a month.
Well, I told her I'd have to think about it, because whatever I get for the down payment, it has to be enough to move me and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not staying in this state. So, yeah, and I got a lot of stuff to get rid of, so.
Would you, if we just wrote you a check, all cash, just like straight up and close, whatever in a few days with a real estate attorney, like what's the least you would take on prices? Just a straight up cash price, like net to you.
I don't know. I already know that I'm asking under, because the realtor, that got me this house, she told me if I stay, what it would sell for as is. And she told me if I fixed up, what it would sell for. Fixed up. And I just don't know anybody here. I don't want to be here. It's like, there's no Walmart, there's no Home Depot. If you want to work, you got to drive to a different city. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. You got a college, right? It's college town. That's what it is.
College town. And the guy down the street who lives on Cherry is the only person I've talked to here. And
Yeah.
he said that if I just stay and wait till spring, they'll come down through this street and ask to buy the houses. And they did my first year, okay? Send me a postcard. Let us buy your house, with little smiley faces with houses, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and I don't know where I put it. Cause I was like, no, let's do that college. You know, because he said first they'll send postcards and they'll have somebody go door to door. And they offered him 3 times more than what his property was worth, he said. I said, that's insane. It doesn't even sound real, you know? He said that they do, and then they tear the house down. And he said if he didn't do it, he told me no. And he wished he would have done it last time because they felt storm straight across the street from him. And it's all girls dorm, and you think he'd like that. He says there's so many people in and out all hours, you know, at the girls' dorm.
Yeah.
That he wished he would have told. And he
What-
said when they come by this spring, he's gonna do it. He goes, "Please wait till spring, you'll get 3 times. I'm not waiting."
Where are you moving to?
Okay, my daughter has found out not long ago she has MS.
Oh, I'm sorry to
She
hear that.
has 3 really large brain lesions. She is in Kentucky. My son's in Evansville. When I first sold my house in Evansville, I wanted to move to Kentucky. Either, you know, like Henderson or an hour rate out in Kentucky. And every time I went to go look at a house, I didn't even get back because I was living in a hotel with my dogs, which is very expensive. See, every time I got back, it was sold. Like even before I got out of the car, and I'm like, oh my God. They were just going like crazy. And so I did the radius, and then I popped it up on Redfin, and this house popped up. Now, on Redfin, it'll have a green light, a yellow light, or a red light. Okay, and the green light is for sale, yellow light is pending, and red is.
Ask questions and listen. They'll tell you what they want.
And I
Guys getting value out of this? Give me a yes in the chat.
And he said, it's sold. I think
All
he
you
said,
on YouTube, give me a yes if you can hear this okay.
sorry. I said, okay. And then I noticed the next day that the light's still green. So I called him up. I said, you told me it was so, you lied. I said, the light's green. He said, well, the owner left it to 4 different people, and we have to get all of them together to agree to the price, to be fine, and blah, blah, blah. So I called my realtor up, and I know this sounds shady, but I don't care. All my money was going into that hotel with the dogs. And I wasn't gonna get any house if I stayed there any longer. I
So are you
called my
are you
realtor.
moving to Evansville now?
Well, let me tell you, I called my realtor and I asked her, to offer 1,000 more, and so I got it. They refused to sign with the first party that agreed to the 35, and so I got it for 36.
Oh my goodness. You got a heck of a deal.
No, not really. I paid an extra $30,000 to get a tree out of the corner.
Whoa, that's an expensive tree.
Yeah, well, I got the roots and everything. I had to have tractors and all, big old hoes and all kinds of stuff.
I want that tree.
Huh?
I want that tree.
It's 80 foot tall.
$30,000 tree is incredible. So are you do you have a place picked out? Because and the reason I'm asking, because we have some houses in Louisville and in Evansville, and
I don't
might do a
know.
trade. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
center point is ripping people off.
Well, then we'll just buy your house then. We gotta do some solar stuff. So let me ask you this. Would
Each trailer out in the country, and not on the lot. I want my own land with it.
oh darn, I just bought a trailer on a lot last week. I almost had the house for you, but never mind. Country. So question for you, if we was to buy this one, would you like entertain what would be a cash offer you would entertain if we like closed in a couple weeks for you?
like completely outright.
Yep,
Uh,
twofold offer.
60.
So what if we could do either A 69 with 15,000 down, or and then then the rest later, pay you out over time, or 50 just 50 net cash in your pocket. We pay closing fees, all the crap on top. You just get straight 50.
Okay. And how fast?
I should have said 40. Well, it's 2 days before Christmas, so title companies, as I'm sure you know, work on their own pace. They're slower than Christmas right now. So probably would be early to mid-January.
Mm,
How soon do you want it?
I went out here now. I've been packing. I got rid of so much stuff.
Well, let's do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Shoot, I'll come see you. We'll pack.
You know, the day after Christmas, probably.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Gotta have Christmas there. Gotta have Christmas.
I've been taking stuff back and forth between here and Princeton, and just I'm done dumping it. You know, and some things I
You catch my drift, Heather.
packing just stuff in my van and just dumping it at the Goodwill, and because I'm not doing storage again. Every time I move, my storage is in there for at least 6 months, and I sit there and think about all the fees that I paid, but I could have just got new stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy. So let me ask you. So I'm thinking,
And then
oh, talking to myself. I'm sorry, I accidentally hit the mute button.
talk to once in a while.
I love your sense of humor. We're gonna have so much fun.
My son would be like, oh my God, is mom talking to herself? Do we need to put her in the nursing home yet? I said, I gotta have somebody intelligent to talk to once in a while. You don't worry if I talk to myself. You start worrying if I start answering myself.
Oh man, you you have a jolly good time, my friend. I like it. Well, let's do this. So I'm going to send you I can't guarantee you a 2 day close. I can't guarantee you that just because, as you know, it takes them a few days to run title. So I'm going to send you a purchase agreement, and it will say 14 days to close, but knowing we're starting literally, let's see, what is it? 3:14 p.m. Yeah, we'll have to get your okay on it. We'll get it straight over to title, but realistically, they're probably not going to start looking at it till Friday. And so it'd either be the following week or after that that we close. I'm going to send you the purchase agreement. And then the second thing I'm going to do is my partner's going to come and just do a quick walkthrough, either Friday, Saturday, or Monday. Just make sure everything lines up. There's no roof caving in or a foundation wall fell in or something. As long as everything looks good, we will get this wrapped up in the next few days for you.
Princeton
Yeah,
won.
yeah.
Okay. And he even sold his like a motor home for like 35 grand. Like he wants to do that.
Shoot, why didn't he buy it?
Well, he told me that he don't have control over the money she does. And because Christmas is around the corner, she's like on him. And because he's got medical stuff.
Does that mean he was going to give you $35,000? Am I overpaying?
No, he was going to use that to add towards it.
Oh.
He wanted it, okay, and he wanted it because it could be made into.
I've been on too long. I'm just having fun now.
A basement. So they're talking about making the garage a living space, and then the walk-in basement a living space.
I'm getting old. I didn't used to be this patient.
Yeah. Then they were talking about commercial loans, and my realtor said, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Let anybody get a commercial loan on it because it's going to take forever.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Now, question.
And so-
Let me ask you. So if we do 50, we come see it either Friday or Saturday, probably. We come see it. We get this thing wrapped up. Like, how soon can you get your stuff out? Do you already have a place or do you need a few days?
Aunt, it's not in Kentucky yet, but my aunt lives in the mountains.
Type in the chat, future pace. You got to work through everything because otherwise we don't want to call back in an hour going, crap, I didn't think about this. I need to move out.
He said, pack up your dogs and come up here.
Well, that's some good family to have.
She's got to live there.
Okay, so then moving out's not a problem. Anything else that I should know about the property before I come see it? You already told me about like the wiring stuff. I know it needs some work and some updating. Anything else?
Updated.
Yep.
There is it needs a unit, like a
Like a heating and air unit?
mini split, because I've been using window air conditioners, okay? Or it has a heater, but I have not used it. Like it has a furnace, and I haven't used it because I had the guy from in town come and look at it. He said, there's nothing wrong with the furnace.
How big's your lot?
Huh?
How big is your lot?
It's kind of like on a slope.
Okay. All right.
It's not like a big front yard. It's got a side driveway that's, it's not a big, but the yard goes back there a little bit.
What's
You know what I'm
your
talking about?
yeah. And I know Oakland City. I've been over there a few times. What's your email so I can get you this purchase agreement out?
Okay. It's all lowercase.
Oh, give me 2 seconds. What the heck did I do with my notepad? Boom, 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 boom. Give me 2 seconds. All right, I have you down right here, and I'm going to, you will have an email from me before you know what? I'm going to tell you in the morning. In the morning, you'll have an email from me. It'd probably be tonight, but I'm not going to tell you something I can't keep. So we'll do the 50,000. I'll put 14 days to close, knowing we'll work to get it done before the end of the year. But I'm not going to make you a promise I can't keep with, title
Right.
companies doing their thing. And then you can text me or my partner anytime. I almost always have my phone on me, and you can text either one of us or call us with any questions that pop up. When will you be near your Yep, we'll be coming out either Friday or Saturday.
It has like the wiring, the ceiling needs painted and some spots sanded. It's got that, it's called PEX, PEX, and it's like red and blue, tubes. It's the new piping, I guess.
Yeah.
And, so I had that done. It's got a new toilet, a new sink, but it still has the old tub. And the old tub had that glue on.
Yep, the surround thing. Yeah.
Huh?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Wait.
you know what I'm talking about, that glue on white walls?
Yep, and it flakes off.
Well, I used Gorilla Glue and did a shower curtain over that because I didn't like ugly white. And so now it looks marble and it's waterproof.
Nice. We get to feel all ritzy and stuff. Let me ask you, when will you be near your computer to be able to okay this agreement?
I'll be near the computer in probably like 30, 40 minutes.
Okay, you're faster than I. I'll tell you what, we'll text you. One of us will text you as soon as we send that agreement. If you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, you get that okay in the morning. As soon as you have it, we'll get it to the closing attorney.
I'll
Yep.
probably sign one of them tomorrow.
Okay,
It won't be right away. But
tomorrow's perfect.
the attorney, but he's out west, okay?
Yep.
And even though he's divorced, he has half a brain there, so he could,
Sounds like a good brother. Well, I'll tell you what, you have him look it over. If you or he either one has questions, you let us know. We'll hop on the chat with you tomorrow. It's Christmas Eve, I know, but we'll be around anyway. I want to get a purchase agreement and start title work first. And yes, we will come see it Friday or Saturday. I'll see it for sure before I wire you 50K over. But I want to just start title work.
Thinking, oh, it's got a bunch of new stuff, but like I said, there's still a hole in the ceiling in the living room. There was a hole in the ceiling when I bought it in the living room.
Do this for me, because I have another meeting I have to hop to. So do this for me. That's okay. Just if you could text me some pictures to this number. But I'm going to send you that purchase agreement, and we are good. I mean, unless, like I told you, unless something major we don't know about, we are good, and we will come out and to see it Friday or Saturday. We're going to contract it in the meantime, and we're going to get it to our title attorney and get this closed ASAP for you. But text me some pictures, and then we'll talk tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Takeaways, questions, thoughts, just free for all. I just want you to raise your virtual hand if you're in the Zoom, and we'll come to you and you can ask your questions. All right. So this is a house. It appears to me at first comp. Kate, shout out to you. I say I closed 1 out of 7, but like every freaking deal we're calling on here seems like it's a deal, like with one exception or something. You guys are sending me some good leads. And Kate, great job. Please put this on the radar to follow up. We'll partner with you, buy it from you, buy it, you keep it. I don't give a crap what you do, but this is a home run potential deal based on the facts we just got. This is a $160,000 house. She gave 36 for it, and she's selling it to us for 50. Who thinks that's a win for her and a win for us and a win for our future buyer that we're going to lease option it to? And you're right, Laura Lee, she can talk. So shout out, Kay. I want to hear several things. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I've got a lot more to cover. We got some more leads we're going to be talking to. Hopefully, people answer their phones tomorrow. And I just want to leave you guys with this. We gave away some cash. Shout out to you winners. All of you, go take some action. Tomorrow, it's Christmas Eve. Enjoy the day, but be on here if your time allows you. You can come on here and hang out. I'm going to be teaching and dialing tomorrow for probably about exactly an hour. I won't go as far over tomorrow because I suspect people won't answer as much, but I have closed home run deals on Christmas Eve. So the reason I'm showing up on Christmas Eve is to be consistent, and because in years past I have bought deals that have netted me into the $80,000 or $90,000 range on Christmas Eve. Doesn't mean that it will happen. It just means it's worth 60 minutes of my time if 1 or 2 or 3 of you get a contract on Christmas Eve. What if it don't happen? Then we'll start again on the 26th. Go enjoy Christmas. All right. So I'm going to be here tomorrow, noon PST, 3 p.m. EST. Keep the energy high, the questions coming. We got more cash to give away. We got lots more to do and lots more to cover. Guys, thanks for being here. You are an incredible crew. Keep the energy high. I'm going to go take a nap. Much love. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
It was a joke. I'm supposed to laugh.